Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus. Today we are going to be playing kind of a late game team, having this Flagellant, Highwayman and Crusader. It's kind of a very intricate team. I actually played against this exact team like 8 months ago, against someone that I actually can't remember, but I do remember that he was the highest rank, and I had a really good match, and since then I've always kind of wanted to try this team. It is built very weird because it has a Flagellant with the defensive setup of Content of Absolution, Last Breath, Color, and doesn't even have Punish or Reign of Sorrows. This is a purely like supportive Flagellant though. He does still have Exsanguinate. The Plague Doctor is kind of in a similar situation. She's here to pretty much drop Emboldening Vapors on the Highwayman just to buff him up tremendously, and to essentially, in case she doesn't get focused down, you go Disorientating Blast and Mining Gas with her pretty decent trinkets for offense. You know, they're kind of a mix between offense and defense. And the Crusader here is going to be having kind of a mix and match between offense and defense, having the Sacred Blade, which also gives him Virtue Chance, and having Glorious Standard, which is going to buff up his healing skills, his stress healing skills. He's going to be able to do a lot with this. And the Highwayman is just going to have Parrying Dagger Sturdy Buckle to make sure that he doesn't, that he has good riposte and doesn't fall to 0 HP or a lot of stress too early. And this Crusader is going to be pretty much buffing him up with the Inspiring Cry in case he does get close to Affliction. So we're going to move forward with the Holy Lance here. We're going to go into that Occultist because that's a priority target. The Houndmaster is also a priority target, but I think going for the Occultist right here might be a little better. So my opponent has kind of an interesting team here. They have a Houndmaster with the Attack Whistle, Crimson Hook, so that DOT is going to be quite destructive unless I go with the Duelist Advance. And they also have the Flagellant with a very interesting setup. It's clear that he doesn't have all the trinkets, but this is still a pretty good setup. He has Rotting Trophy and a Hemlock, so this is more of a blight Flagellant than anything, honestly. And they're gonna go for the immediate Duelist Advance. I'm hoping to do enough damage to that Occultist. Oh, one off, count it, count that. Yeah, one off, even with the Emboldening Vapors. Oh, that is risky. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Crit 24. Yeah, that's what you like to see. Yeah, that was fast. That was fast, guys. Right now I'm gonna go for that on the Highwayman, just make sure he's not getting any pain, and you know, we transfer the bleeds, we transfer the blights, and we reduce stress taken on our Flagellant, which is also pretty good because my opponent's team is definitely a stress team. But it does still have this kind of like collateral damage with the DOT. I mean, Houndmaster does a lot with DOT, and so does the Flash. He's gonna go with that Demon's Pull again, just to bring me to position 1 once more. I honestly don't really mind all that much, because at this point I can just go Vendetta here, and I'm gonna drop that Occultist to 0 HP, and with a Holy Lance I might just be able to get the kill. And even if I'm not, then I can go Disorientating Blast after the Holy Lance, and he's gonna be dazed. And that is something that you don't really see a lot of times, is the daze being quite useful, but since he's the Occultist is their healing character, if we do manage to get that daze, it's going to be wonderful. But unfortunately he just goes for that stun and gets it, so we are not in that kind of a situation here. I'm thinking whether I should go Emboldening Vapors on that Highwayman again, or if I should go for the immediate Disorientating Blast. I honestly, I mean, he has Reign of Sorrows, he wants to go Reign of Sorrows, right? I'm gonna go for the Emboldening Vapors before she dies, honestly. Her name is the Queen, but her name could also be just Emboldening Vapors twice and dies. You know, that's kind of what she's here to do, and it's an interesting team here, because you see both the Flagellant. Oh my god, crit 34? Oh my goodness, that is a big crit. Wow, that's gotta be one of the biggest I've seen. Crit 34, I think that's the biggest crit I've ever seen, guys. Wow, that was insane. That was totally insane. Okay, we're just gonna click this Crusader. That's the Flagellant's health bar gone. Wow, that was something else. Okay, but yeah, going back to our train of thought, both the Plague Doctor and the Flagellant kind of become useless if they're the last characters alive, so technically you should focus the other ones, but if you try to focus the other ones, then these two are just gonna destroy your team. It really is an interesting setup that we have here. Now, I both want to clear that as well as clearing this Plague Doctor. But honestly, the Highwayman is much more important, so we're gonna do that there. We're gonna use Suffer on that Highwayman just to get rid of that DOT. He's gonna go with the Redeem. I don't believe he has healing skills, so his heal is actually not gonna be that scary. Yeah, only 13 isn't gonna save him. It is 100% not gonna save him. I'm gonna go forward with the Holy Lance here. Though I am thinking I want to do Inspiring Cry soon, because I don't want this Highwayman to get afflicted, but I still think a Holy Lance here is the play. So we're gonna drop that occultist down to 0, force a heal out of him, maybe force a guard or something of the likes. Oh, the Hound Master actually doesn't have guards. So another good thing about pairing Inspiring Cry and, you know, just stress healing abilities in general with a riposte is that your opponent can't focus everything on offense, because, well, they'll just hit into the riposte. And the thing is, if they hit into the riposte, they're taking a lot of pain, and if they don't focus anything on offense, your stress healing abilities are gonna outpace their damage dealing abilities or stress dealing abilities. So that's why riposte can sometimes be really, really, really good. So he did heal for his entire health bar with that silver syringe. Yeah, we roll for 22. A crit would have dropped him, by the way. A crit would have dropped that occultist. Yeah, that's kind of outrageous how strong this Highwayman is right now. It is kind of outrageous. He's gonna go for another Hound's Rush. I could honestly just heal myself, but I also kind of want to drop a Redeem. Or should I heal myself? Well, he does go first next round, so you can always just drop something. So I do have to heal. Yeah, I do have to heal here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to drop a Redeem this early, honestly, but I would like dropping a Dazzle there. A Dazzle, yeah, I mean a Disorientating Blast, so that's exactly what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna drop a Disorientating Blast on that Occultist. That's gonna daze him. That's gonna be quite important for us right here, because it's also gonna push him to position 2 where I'm able to stun him, and then I'm potentially going to be able to kill him. Even though I don't have any finishing abilities, aside from, you know, Crusader and Highwayman, we should be able to inflict some pain. Oh, that is going to be a stun. Wow, that is lucky that he got that stun. Yeah, that is quite lucky that he actually managed to, you know, roll that 45. But even then, Abomination can't reach position 4, Occultist is dazed, Flagellant's in position 3, and the Houndmaster can reach position 4 with the Hound's Rush. But I'm not too concerned, honestly. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. He can't go Hanseri. I mean, he can, but he's gonna need to riposte. Oh wow, he got the 25 death blow? Really? He got the immediate death blow. Oh, okay, this complicates things then. Yeah, this complicates things for sure. I did 6 damage. Wow. 6 to 10. 6 to 10. Well, usually Crusader does 7 to 10 damage because of the brass knuckles, but 6 to 10? Wow, that is something else. I was not expecting that. He literally can't get that stun. He just wasted an action. It's totally fine though. I guess he wanted to force my Flagellant's action out of me earlier. I do go first next round, and he doesn't have an offensive action to use here, so I can just do something else, which I believe I will. I will drop a Reclaim on this Highwayman. So am I a big fan of not having Punish on the Flagellant? No, honestly not. Even in my defensive Flagellant teams, I always like bringing Punish, but I wanted to stay faithful to the original team to see how we could do here, and let me tell you, Suffer is really good. Suffer is really, really good. It's not going to be the greatest ability in this specific matchup, but it's still a great one. He has minus healing skills at this point. Open Vein is doing potentially a lot of damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. Okay, the bleed isn't actually enough to drop him now. Well, the bleed was self-inflicted on that occultist, by the way. Well, right now I am just gonna click here and I'm gonna drop an Exsanguinate. My hit chance is only 90, so I do not have any extra accuracy here on this flash, but you can see that heal for 30 for the last breath call and Gauntlet of Absolution, just wonderful stuff. My biggest concern here is I'm gonna have a relatively hard time finishing off his characters, honestly. because I haven't been able to kill that that occultist quite yet. Okay, fortunately he didn't get the bleed. I would have absolutely hated to see a bleed go through right there. I'm thinking of dropping that Flagellant, but I'm honestly unsure if I can do 9 damage. I might not. So instead I'm gonna go for a Duelist Advance. Wow. Crit 28. Yeah, the heal is actually not too good here for us because we're actually healing the enemy characters, but it's fine. It's fine. It is fine. That Flagellant's already down 1 Death Sword check. He's gonna go for the Manacles. It could fail. It could potentially fail, but unfortunately it doesn't. So yeah, this is a rough situation for us because even though the Highwayman, you know, is super powerful, he's gonna have a pretty hard time killing all these characters. So it's turning out to be a pretty close fight, I'd say. The teams are matched in terms of potential. One thing I want to do here is just stress heal that Highwayman because I really don't want him getting afflicted. Because even if he eats a riposte right now, if he gets an affliction on me, I really don't want that. He's gonna go Hound's Rush on my Crusader. He's focusing him down. He actually gets the bleed somehow. I mean, I guess he does have 2 bleed trinkets, so makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna go for the killing shot here. It's gonna be the open vein. We get it, the 35% death blow. That is quite fortunate that we actually get that death blow. You see that the occultist healed for 14 instead of 10. The thing is, when the Flagellant dies, supposedly he heals the other characters for 10, but that's not true. They heal themselves for 10, you know, like technically in the game's own terms. Oh, that's gonna be Manacles. Crit 34! Oh my god. And we resist the stun. Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, that is literally wonderful. Well, I'm thinking of going aggressive here, but should I though? That is the question. Should I go aggressive? Okay, that hit chance is horrendous. Yeah, the hit chance is horrendous. I'm getting close to Death's Door, but I'm not at Death's Door. I could go for a heal, honestly. I could go for a Holy Lance. Let's drop a Holy Lance on that occultist, just to make sure he drops to 0 to keep him, you know, to keep him wary of what's going on. Yeah, I was saying something before that crit happened. Like, I honestly can't remember. He's gonna go for a Hound's Rush. Unfortunately, it does enough. Right, I don't have any protection at this point. What can I do for your Crusader? Well, I can do this. I can do this for the Crusader. I really hope he doesn't get a death blow with the weakening curse, because that would be quite horrendous here. I mean, if he does, I'm still gonna have a death blow shot on that occultist, but yeah, let's hope he doesn't. He goes for it, but he doesn't get it, fortunately. Oh, that's a big amount of stress. Okay. Well, I'm gonna click here, and I am dropping for enough, so that's good. And I'm gonna stress heal myself. I'm gonna go down to 60. Okay, good. He's probably gonna drop another Hound's Rush, or he might just go for a heal on himself. There's still plenty of things he can do here, but yeah, this isn't too bad of a situation for me. Yeah, he goes for a heal on himself. It's smart, quite smart. Heals for 18. Honestly, might not be enough. Yeah, might not be enough. Also, with the crits and the damage we're doing, this is actually being quite nice, because I'm getting him closer to afflictions. I might not actually do 18. Yeah, I was hoping Duelist Advance would do a little more damage. 12 to 23. Let's drop it on the Abomination instead. Yeah, I was hoping it would do a little more damage as it rolls for 21. Yeah, Emboldening Vapors twice, and Vendetta really is something else on this Highwayman. I don't think I've ever seen a Highwayman do this much damage, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Okay, there's a couple things I can go for here, and I believe the best one is gonna be... I mean, I am gonna drop a Redeem next round. Most likely. Yeah, I am most likely just gonna drop a Redeem next round, but I could go for a heal there, but that's honestly meaningless. Let's just drop a Reclaim on that Crusader. Next round I might even go Exsanguinate, since now I have 2 Reclaims, and I'm also gonna be dropping to Death Sword to Flagellant, so I'm gonna be healing that Crusader for a decent amount of HP. I do still have 2 Redeems, so I do have to use them. Yeah, this Flagellant is not that big. It's not like that much of a force of nature for the late game, because he doesn't have that punish. He doesn't have that punish potential, so it definitely makes him a little weaker against stress teams. But having that suffer makes you have a much better time against those matchups against Mark teams. Okay, I am at this door. I could, wait, the round passed. The round passed. I'm gonna go for a heal. Yeah, since the round passed, I can cheese out another heal with the Flagellant's Death's Door ability. So that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for a heal on that Flagellant. Right now my Crusader has pretty much a 50% virtue chance, by the way. And whatever this Abomination does, let's see. He's probably gonna go for a stun on the Crusader, honestly, but look at how much healing I'm getting. That is insane. He's gonna go for a Manacles there on the Flag. He doesn't get it, fortunately for us. And right now I can go for a couple things with this Highwayman. Let's hope for a crit. No crit. No crits, unfortunately. I was hoping for a crit because it would get him really close to Afflictions. Yeah, funny how I'm getting him closer to Afflictions than I am myself. So you can see this team here is just kind of outrageous what it can do. Yeah, there's the heal 6 on each character. Quite good. Quite good. I do still have to redeem, but honestly, I don't have to use it, so I'm gonna drop an Exsanguinate here. Almost enough to dropping him to this door. Wow, look at that heal for 30. Yeah, that is brutal. That is totally brutal. And the bleed being applied as well. Man, even though we don't have to punish for the late game, you know, the Flagellant is not as big of a raid boss. This is still outrageous. Okay, he's pretty much dropping to this door as well. Yeah, pretty much dropping to this door. Not quite, but almost. I'm gonna go for the stress heal on the Highwayman here, just because I don't want him to be getting afflicted. So yeah, that's just what this team does. After you take out one character and you still have this riposte. I mean, the play Doctor's dead, but she did her work. Now it's just gonna be almost impossible for him to dig out the Flagellant. And the Highwayman and Crusader are just sitting here comfortably. He's gonna heal himself, but that's definitely not gonna be enough. Yeah, there we go. 17 damage with the Highwayman. That's not even a high roll, that's like a mid roll. It's insane. That is totally insane. The occultist isn't dropping to 0, so he can actually just drop a heal there on the A-bomb. Heals him for 13 again. Okay, I like it. Well, right now my Flagellant can't really do anything. I will go point blank shot, right? Yeah, I will go point blank shot, so I don't mind staying in this position. I might honestly just move back here. As weird as that sounds, yeah. This is the kind of situation you find yourself in when you play neat teams like this one. And the Houndmaster just can't act because, you know, if he decides to go Hound's Harry, then he's just screwed. He's just gonna eat the riposte for his entire health bar, essentially. Right now he's dropping, right? Yeah, he is. Oh, that's a crit heal. Nice, that's what I like to see. We're gonna drop a stun on that Abomination. Wow, the 5% stun resist. Are you actually kidding me? That could cost me the match right here, because the occultist would have to heal himself, and the Abomination was gonna drop down to 0 after that stun. Okay, that's gonna be my Flagellant taking some pain. How much do I care? I don't really care. Honestly, I don't really care that he just dropped. I'm just gonna drop a Suffer on someone. Yeah, I'll just drop a Suffer here, increase his death blow resist a little bit, because I honestly don't care at this point. I'm just gonna eat some of that DOT, and, you know, if he decides to go for a death blow, I mean, he doesn't have a good chance at all, and if he does that, his characters I'm gonna drop to 0, and then I'm gonna potentially get a death blow on him. That's kind of the idea here. He's gonna go for a heal on himself. The Abomination's probably gonna do the same thing, right? I mean, there's kind of a problem here, which is the fact that I'm in position 1. Maybe I should have moved forward. I kind of want to go open vein here, but if I do that, I'm gonna lose the riposte eventually. So I could just move back 2 positions here. Or I could just drop a point blank shot, but then the bleed won't count for anything. So if I move back to positions, yeah, let's move back to positions. This is better for me. This is better for me. We get to keep that riposte. He is at this door, so I can go for any finishing abilities if he decides not to heal. Oh, actually, he doesn't have any heals, so he has to go for it. He's gonna go for that Manacles 5% death blow chance. Doesn't get the stun, fortunately, because the Flagellant is more stun resistant when he's at this door. And right now, we're gonna go for the final Exsanguinate. We're gonna use the Flagellant here. That's gonna be 1 death door check. Not quite the kill, but the Abomination's not feeling too good. And I'm guessing that my opponent isn't feeling too good, because that's kind of what happens when you play a stress team against this. Yeah, this is brutal. This team is absolutely brutal. We kind of got off to a rough start because, you know, Plague Doctor. But man, this has been decisive. Now we get to just go for a stun here on that occultist, and yeah, you just have to believe that my opponent here is not gonna have a good time at all.